everyone, welcome to Goddess Gardens. I'm Jackie Wright, and today I'd like to talk to you a bit about social media. I love social media, I really do, but everybody's got the favourites, haven't they? Mine happens to be Twitter, but I do know people who prefer Facebook and people who prefer Instagram. Instagram, not really getting to grips with Instagram, because I know it's mostly pictures and like caption this and all this, and the stories, I haven't really got the grip of that yet either. But I will do. But Twitter is my favourite. But I have noticed, and I've not been on it that long, because that took me ages to work out as well. I think I ran it at least a year before I started tweeting and interacting and stuff like that. But yeah, Twitter, since I've started on there, I've seen quite a big change. And it's all these keyboard warriors really, because with Twitter you can have an anonymous account. I know you can on Facebook and stuff, but Twitter is more likely to be, you'll find more anonymous accounts, and they're very brave, you know. And you look at them and you think, yeah, you've got 5 followers, go girl, because they just say, I don't know, they just join in and it's all negative and this, that and the other. But another reason I absolutely love Twitter is all the spats that go on. Like somebody will tweet something and somebody else will disagree and then somebody else will jump in. But it's best when it's celebs, because some celebs do that. And you just sit back and think, this is absolutely great. It's like having a ringside seat and not getting involved. But also with Twitter, I think it's the first port of call for people to find out what's going on in the world. Before even the news, you might see it on Twitter. Like Katie Price, and now she was getting divorced on Twitter. I don't follow her, but somebody does who retweeted it and they retweeted it, and it's like, that's how you get to see a load of stuff. You might not follow these people, but by default, you get to see a load of stuff. Facebook, I could take or leave Facebook. It's just, I'm on Facebook, and I found it great for keeping in touch with people you don't see for a long time, like old friends. I found a couple on Facebook. But Facebook is, I don't really get involved, and with Facebook a lot of it is it's like people who post inspirational quotes all the time. It's, you know, like, this is relevant to my life and this, that and the other, and I just think, right, okay. And the ones who post at the bus stop waiting to go to work, all right mate, so am I, but I'm not going to tweet or write about it on Facebook. Everybody's different, everybody's into different stuff, so they'll post about different stuff, which is fair enough. Facebook I'm not a big fan of. Twitter's my number one. But the problem with Twitter is, because with Twitter you can just follow somebody. You don't have to, it's not like Facebook where you send a friend request. You can just follow them. Now if they don't want you to follow them, they'll block you or whatever. But you end up with a load of followers, or you're following people who they're not your friends. They're not your friends. They're not even acquaintances. Although everybody knows somebody who's met absolute real friends on Twitter. And I've actually met a couple of people in real life off Twitter, which has been absolutely great. I love that. Absolutely love it. So they're not really your friends. And you've got to remember this. The people you're never going to meet, the people you don't even know, and you're going to have a bit of interaction with them because they might tweet something which is relevant. You think, God, yeah, I didn't find that. And you might say, oh, actually, this, that and the other. And you've got to remember that before you start having a full-blown round with somebody, because I think you're never going to see them. You don't know them. They're total strangers. Some people are more sensitive than others. So that's a bit of a downside of Twitter. But also I've found it's hard sometimes when you've been Twitter friends with somebody from, say, day one. And I've been on there, I don't know, maybe 5 years now. Maybe 5 years. It's hard then to think that you're not friends, but you're probably not. And sometimes you might get left behind, if you see what I mean. And with Twitter, you can't absolutely see every tweet. You just can't. If I follow, I think I might have followed 500. I can't see 500 tweets in however long. I just can't. So I don't know how they work it out, the analytics or whatever. They work out who you interact with most. They must do, and those are the tweets you're going to see, which is fine. But I don't know, I just find it a bit, I mean, I've had a couple of spats on Twitter, of course I have. But And it's usually with, anonymous girls who've not agreed with something I might have chimed in with about something, which is fine, perfectly fine. You just think, yeah, block me, I don't care. But along with these things comes, along with social media, has become the rise of a social influencer. Whatever the hell that means, I haven't got a clue. I don't know if they're going off how many likes you've got, because that's another thing. People post things just for likes. I don't know if it's how many followers you've got on Instagram, what determines you to become a social influencer, whatever the hell that means. For me, I think what the adverts aimed at me, social influencers, I should say, are usually Helen Mirren or Jane Fonda. And I think they're not really relevant to me. Obviously, they're both employed by L'Oreal. And L'Oreal's big thing is aimed at older women. So everything, I mean, I work in a supermarket. I look at the packaging and everything else, and I look at the wording, and it's all anti-aging, anti-this, anti-that. And I think everybody's going to age. Don't put anti-aging. Everybody's going to age. But another problem is, with the wording on the packaging, they're saying that this, your skin will look younger, 10 years younger overnight. Maybe not quite. But if they were that good, they'd be way more expensive than what they are. And nobody would be having plastic surgery. So I tend to think I don't buy into stuff like that, because I think I need a bit more. I don't want to know the science behind it, because they always try and make up words as well, don't they? All these new words just to bamboozle you, like, oh yeah, they must know what they're talking about. They've mentioned science. Well, no, I just think you're trying to charge me 20 quid for a cream that you're telling me is going to make me get rid of all my wrinkles, this, that and the other, and I don't buy it. Any moisturiser, just use any moisturiser, honestly, just a moisturiser. Some things are better than others, I will say that, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to buy into that. I'm just not. So the social influences for me are just, there are none. Absolutely none. I can't relate to Helen Mirren and Jane Fonda. They're a lot older than me and I just can't relate to them. Plus they're being paid a packet by L'Oreal. So there's nobody around for me. But with the younger ones, I just think, I've seen some of them, like maybe the Kardashians and other people who are promoting appetite suppressants and stuff like that, which young teenage girls will be, thinking, yeah, that's for me. Thinking it'll help them, like, for whatever reason. Because people, especially when you're a teenager, you just focus on everything that's wrong with you. You don't realise how gorgeous you are till you get to my age. But then, so you're quite susceptible to what, if you're looking up to somebody, you're quite susceptible to what they're going to tell you. And if they're going to tell you buy this product, then you're more likely to buy this product. Whereas when you get to my age, you think, are you having a laugh? I want to see results, not just somebody who's been airbrushed and stuff like that. But at that age, when you're a teenager, you're just fair game, aren't you? So social media as well, as much as I love it, sometimes I have to have a little break. And it's usually when, I remember a time, it wasn't last Christmas, it was the Christmas before, and I was ill with a really bad cold. I know it sounds ridiculous. It wasn't flu. I've had flu. It was a really bad cold. But I've been working hard. It was Christmas. I've been working too hard, and I felt quite down, to be honest. And this particular night, all over Facebook, I knew a couple of people from work were going out, and I knew a couple of my friends were going on a night out, and they're all posting pictures. And you know what? I felt rubbish. I felt sorry for myself. So I just come off it for a few days. I thought, I can't cope. Because that's what it's all about, isn't it? Everybody's having this fantastic life. And I'm not. And I think Instagram's a bit like that, isn't it? You're posting pictures. I've done it today. I was on a date and I posted where I was because it was a flash place in town. Actually, it was lovely. But it's all about being seen to have this life. Whereas in reality, I've come home. I've got the washing up to do. I've got to hoover around yet and stuff like that. The date were all right. In fact, it was really good. but we probably won't see each other again, but I'd like to have him as a friend. But yeah, so it's all about having this fabulous life. It's not real life. So sometimes social media for me gets a bit much. And I think a lot of people feel like that, and they have to come off it for a bit until you feel a bit better to cope with it. And I think you have to remember, not everybody, they're not having this life. I know people, I follow a couple of people on Instagram who seem to be out all the time, and I just think, when do you work? When do you fit working and everything else? Your home life and everything else? But that's up to them, isn't it? But for the most part, I love social media. But I am very careful who I add on Facebook, because Facebook, I work in a big place, and I'm sure it's the same in any place of work. People add you when they've just said hey to you. I don't even know you. We've not had a conversation. In fact, you walked past me today and didn't even look at me, and now you've added me on Facebook. It don't work like that, love. You know, just because we've been in the lift once or twice, it's like, no. But some people are into that. I personally am not. And I think it's also if you seem to have a lot of friends on Facebook, if it's a case of like maybe being seen to be more popular than you actually are. I don't care. I think I've got 200 friends on Facebook, because they're friends and the people I actually know, not people I've just bumped into. So that's the way it is. I'm not into all the likes. I'm not into all the adding people for the sake of it. Twitter, I find if people follow me and I look and I think I look through their feed and I think, you don't tweet about stuff that is relevant to me or that I'm interested in, I don't follow them back. And then you'll find that sometimes they'll unfollow you because you've not followed them back. It's all about the numbers game. It's all about being seen, to have a big following and this, that and the other. I'm not into that, because on Instagram you can buy followers. So that's where I stand on that. And on that note, that's where we are today. I'm just going to text this guy now to say thanks for a lovely afternoon. And actually, I'd love to see you again as a friend. And let's hope he replies and is okay with it. So, see you soon.